Mum, drink.
Yep, when I'm finished, I won't be long. Hello. I'm just getting my the Facebook app up on my phone. Make sure I can see your comments today. Oh, there I am. Okay. Donna Marie, how are you? Okay. Yay, hello. I'm just going to clear our space because there's a few of us on and there will be more coming later and watching over the next few days. So I'm just going to clear that collective energy of ours just to keep our time together nice and clear. Okay, so the light is streaming in the window, so I've had to shuffle myself over on the desk, which is why my background's sort of half and half, but that's okay. We can work with that. So just receiving that beautiful sage energy. And I'm going to use my beautiful singing bowl here just for an extra... Sorry?
Is there school for the rain today?
No, they're all on holidays.
Even me?
Even you. Yep. Okay, so say hello as you're coming on. If you're new to the group, let us know who you are and where you're from in the world. Donna Marie, what time is it there? It must be late, yeah? Okay. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Alison. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for hopping on live, ladies. That's beautiful. So, and another, Sharon. Sharon, how are you? Okay, so for the new ladies that are fairly new to the group, I'll just introduce myself. I'm Sarah. Sarah Lyons from Sarah Chakra Clearing, and I help women who feel really lost in the world and like something is fundamentally missing in their life to really awaken that beautiful goddess power within and really unleash that beautiful energy so that they can live in peace, power, and purpose. So that is, in a nutshell, what I do. Welcome, 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 ladies who are hopping on. Hi, Neely. Hi, Michelle. How are you? So I pulled a card before I hopped on today from my beautiful Colette Baron Reed Goddess Power Oracle, and I love that collectively, this is for all of us ladies that are hopping on now or that watch this at a later time. We got the beautiful Maya, and she is all about illusion, right? Now we are here. We are journeying together and connecting with each other over the next 5 days, all for a common purpose, right? We want to connect more deeply with our inner goddess. No matter what it is we do in life, how we look, how we feel, that real comparing ourselves to others is a really deep illusion. Fear of being rejected and abandoned for how we look or how we talk, for really truly being ourselves, that is just such a huge illusion. So I really stand for women, all women across the planet, that each woman be able to feel like that beautiful goddess that you are. You already are, without the fancy hair, without the fancy makeup, fancy clothes, without being a specific size that you think you should be. Really releasing those illusions and societal expectations of what we as women should look like, and sound like and do, right? So that really feels like it resonates. Let me know how you feel. Okay, Julia, hello from Texas. Beautiful.
Thank you for that.
I just love the Texas accent. It's so gorgeous. So we've got some ladies from Australia, Texas, UK. Nearly, I'm not sure where you're from, darling, if you want to let us know. Okay, so I would really love to make this a beautiful interactive experience between each other, because when we have each other's backs, it's like something really beautiful happens, something magical happens. And when one woman steps up and rises and owns her goddess power, it opens up space for another woman to do the same and go, oh, she can do it. Yeah, I can do it, because I bloody am a goddess, and I'm a goddess right now, okay? And this is why I used to love makeup, and I kind of still do, but homeschooling my son and running a business, I'm like, you know what? I am going to show up as I am from now on. This was about a year or so ago, without makeup. So I might put eyeliner on every now and then, but I really want women to see that they don't need the external stuff to feel like a goddess, okay? So today is going to be more fun, and I do invite you to stay until the end, because there is a twist to this, and you'll find out what I mean after the presentation. So if you received an email or saw any posts, you would see that today is all about, well, you're going to see. We're looking into the goddess archetypes, okay? So bear with me as we take this journey together and really sensing and seeing where it is you fall into these goddess archetypes. But once I'm finished, like I said, there will be a twist. So I'm just going to share my screen here. I'm going to share it too. I'm going to share it to here. So let's see let me know if you can see the new screen. I'm just looking at the live on my phone to check in. And it hasn't got to that part yet. Okay, cool. I can see it. So present. Let's go. So like I said, stay until the end. This part won't take very long. And just seeing what actually comes out of this, okay? So I do like this concept. It's a Jung concept of that each woman falls into a goddess archetype, right? Now, I'm not saying that you will fall in directly into one of these, but these are the main goddesses that he spoke about when talking about the feminine archetypes, okay? So we have Athena of wisdom, Artemis of the hunt, Hestia of the hearth, Persephone of the underworld, Demeter of grain and agriculture, Hera of marriage, and Aphrodite of love. Now, in saying this, like I said, this is a Jung theory. There are so many goddesses out there. So many. And at the moment, I'm in the middle of creating a goddess oracle deck that is using channeled information from goddesses not even of this planet. So that's how many goddesses there are, okay? But like I said, this is a Jung theory and it's used over the world. So who are you? Let's get to know your inner goddess today. So like I said, in theory, archetypes are deep, enduring patterns of thought and behaviour that remain powerful over long periods of time and transcend cultures. These women are fractures of a whole, complete woman. 7 varieties of female energy, each with their own unique areas of focus. Represented this way, it allows you to understand and affirm your strengths and to cultivate your missing or recessive female energies to help support personal growth. Okay, so it's really taking a deep look into who you are, and we need to know who we are to embrace ourselves even more and embrace that authentic you, okay? And by knowing yourself, this becomes a lot easier. So embracing your inner goddess, you will find yourself in at least one of these feminine archetypes. You may not relate to every single characteristic, but you should relate to overall the flavour of one or two, okay? So let's see how you go. Let's get into it. The independent goddesses, Athena, Artemis, and Hestia. Athena is the goddess of wisdom. So as I talk about this, just really seeing where you resonate with these goddesses, okay? So her qualities, she's proactive, focused, and intellectual. Her qualities are that she is mostly extroverted, independent, a logical thinker. She has a sharp intellect, is wise, industrious, strategic, practical, and patient. An Athena woman is curious, seeks information, and wants to know how things work. She values rational thinking and the superiority of will and intellect over instinct. She is highly capable and is skilled at planning and executing. Athena prizes her intellect and is led by her head rather than her heart. Women dominant in this energy may lack close woman friends. They aren't tolerant of dreamers and idealists and may lack sexual passion and romanticism. Plus, her values on empathy or compassion are not high. Athena types are encouraged to recover their childhood. Athenas may have needed to grow up very quickly and tap into that part of them that doesn't have to feel responsible for everything. They should learn to be with their feelings as they listen to people's stories and experiences. Athenas should also be mindful of their tendency not to forgive themselves and not feel like they have to be tough constantly. Okay, so having a think about that, Athena, as we move into Artemis now, the goddess of the hunt. This feminine archetype is responsible for the women's movement that the world is witnessing today. Her qualities are independent, she's quite introvert, strongly connected with nature, focused, non-traditional, protective, courageous, and competitive. This archetype gives a woman the innate ability to concentrate intensely on whatever is important to her. On the darker side, her emotional distance from others bring on a merciless quality. So Artemis is said to have a ruthless energy, competitive and justice focused. This is what we are starting to see more of in the world today. To balance out her fierce competitiveness, Artemis archetypes need to soften up a little bit and connect with her vulnerability. She should also try cultivating her inner Aphrodite, helping temper her earthiness and become more creative constantly. So just having a think about if you resonate with her. Moving into Hestia, goddess of the earth. Hestia is the third of the virgin goddesses, and she's quite different to the other two. She's much more introverted and her focus goes inward. Being quieter, she tends to be undervalued. Her qualities are, like I said, she's an introvert, spiritual, intuitive, warm. She doesn't have a strong presence. She's mild-mannered, inviting, unhurried, and quirky. For women high in this energy, the development is in acquiring assertiveness, which gives them the ability to fight for themselves. In other words, Hestia should cultivate her inner Athena and Artemis. Hestia also needs to push herself to leave her sanctuary and go out to the world, otherwise she can easily become lonely and isolated. Hestia should cultivate her inner Athena and Artemis. For women high in this energy, the development is in acquiring assertiveness, which gives them the ability to fight for themselves. In other words, Hestia should cultivate her inner Athena and Artemis. Hestia also needs to push herself to leave her sanctuary and go out to the world, otherwise she can easily become lonely and isolated. That sounds like me. Now, on to the rational goddesses, Persephone, Demeter, and Hera. Let's go. Persephone is the goddess queen of the underworld. Her job is to be a good girl and please others. Her playfulness and innocent way of looking at the world gives her an air of being unaffected and a special charm which calls for being taken care of, although she may miss sexual pleasure. Okay, so her qualities are introvert, mystical, a visionary, attentive, receptive, quiet, flexible, adaptable, and innocent. Because she often lacks direction and individual drive, Persephone has the most possible route for growth among all of the goddess archetypes. Very interesting. Persephone grows when she has nobody around her to do things for her or to blame. This type of woman has a natural understanding of the unconsciousness in the human psyche. If she evolves, she can bring important healing to others. If a Persephone woman does not cultivate some other archetypes in her life, such as Artemis or Aphrodite, she can easily become manipulated and dominated by others. Moving on to Demeter, goddess of grain and agriculture. A Demeter woman carries a deep longing for becoming pregnant with her own child. Then she lives solely for them and even experiencing life through them. If a Demeter woman cannot become a biological mother, she is deeply wounded and struggles all her life to find meaning and purpose. Her qualities are introverted, kind, gentle, nurturing, generous and giving, helpful, supportive, and creates safety around her. Usually she will have solid friendships with other Demeter women. She can be stubborn, has perseverance. She's a strong woman. Sorry, I can hear a child screaming outside my window. Bike issues, okay. A woman with strong Demeter influence is almost incapable of saying no to others and therefore has the tendency to burn out through taking on too many tasks. She has a strong sense of responsibility. So women with this energy must really learn to nurture themselves, or they may become over-controlling of their children. When she ignores her boundaries, her psychological health may deteriorate. Her strongest shadow side can appear in the relationship with her children. With the intention of protecting them, she may become over-controlling. It is important for a Demeter woman to learn how to take care of herself and nurture herself as she was her own mother. Okay. Moving on to Hera, the goddess of marriage. Women high in Hera energy are really relationship oriented and they're good at making commitments. Hera's full focus consists in not only finding a partner or mate, but in finding a man who is ready for commitment and marriage. Without a partner, a Hera woman sees herself as incomplete and insufficient. Her qualities are extroverted, a strong capacity to bond, loyal, faithful, and the ability to endure. Hera's obsession with finding fulfillment only within marriage often limits her own individual growth and potential. So Hera women really excel at being loyal and finding partners, but risk oppressing other women by being overly judgmental. Only if she manages to bring her attention to inner realms and other forms of motivation and satisfaction like the independent goddesses will a Hera woman grow beyond these negative behavioural patterns. When she does this, she will find peace and balance on her own as well as within a relationship. Beautiful. So the final two goddess archetypes today can be referred to as the both goddesses, Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. Sorry, not the final two, the final goddess. So Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty. As the alchemical goddess, Aphrodite shares some similarities with the other two characters or categories. My My bad. Yet she is different from both. For her, relationships are important, as with the relational goddesses, but not as long-term commitments. Instead, she seeks to consummate relationships. She tends to have unlimited creative talents. So her qualities are extroverted, focused on relationships, compassionate, sensual, passionate. She has a lust for life. She's warm and attentive and is a tremendous force for change. She is able to focus on what is personally meaningful to her and to become totally absorbed in it, like the independent goddesses. Aphrodite's magic consists of being fully present in what she does and with who she is with. She gives to those around her the feeling of being special. Okay, so an Aphrodite archetype may need to learn how to use her sensuality positively. These women easily fall in and out of love. It sounds like me. They may act on sexual desire without considering the consequences. They either enjoy being the center of attention and the sense of power that comes with their sensuality, or they judge themselves very harshly for those characteristics. Okay, so here is the thing, and I'm going to hop out of this. So here one thing I want to mention is by looking at those hidden goddess qualities, you can better see where you sort of need to balance in your life, okay? So really doing some shadow work is amazing to find out who you truly are. Now, what I'm going to put to you ladies is to basically F that right off. Okay, whatever you have just learned about archetypes, which is fun and interesting, and yes, you might find yourself in some of those goddesses, but I don't want you to limit yourself to an archetype, right? You are who you are, and there is no one else like you. So your task for today, if you wish to accept it and be in the running for a prize, pardon me, is to really write down, like we went through these goddess archetypes, we went through the positive traits, the negative traits, if for want of a better word. So really, I am encouraging you to write down your positive traits. And yes, this is, what's the word? This can be uncomfortable for some people because we don't want to look within. But if you want to connect with your inner goddess, you need to know who you are. So your task is to write down your character, what you see as positive, what you see as negative, and create your own goddess archetype because you are your own goddess. Okay, so this really is step one to connecting with your inner goddess, is knowing who the hell you are to start with. Okay, and it's not the archetype of another goddess. Yes, in theory and in psychology, they will argue that that's true. But if you really want to connect and unleash with your own goddess, who is unique to you, then you need to know who you are, okay? So really stripping that fear, stripping that illusion, like the goddess Maya is encouraging us to do this week throughout this connection, and going there, going deep, looking into your inner being and really asking yourself who you are. What are your characters unique to you? And this may be really hard for some of you if you've been used to flying under the radar your whole life like I did. So I can really resonate with that. I flew under the radar my whole life. I would rather be invisible. And I figured that if I was quiet, no one would see me. If I didn't want to be seen, it was too scary for me. Okay. Feels like someone needed to hear that, whether you're on now or later watching the replay. So that is your task for today, and I'm going to write it down. And if you want to be in the draw for the prize giveaways at the end of our 5 days together, then I am going to ask you to do this task today, which is really pull out your characters and who you are and have them on paper. Okay, the ones you see as negative, you can work on that stuff in shadow work, and that is so powerful. The stuff you see as positive, you can really hone in on that and try and magnify those positive traits about you. But in this moment, we're going to practice acceptance. Okay, so put your hands on your heart and pop your feet flat on the floor and take a nice deep breath in and out of your heart space. And just talking to yourself right now, I, and then your name, accept myself exactly as I am in this very moment. I, say your name, I accept and love myself as I am now, wholly and completely. I am enough. I do enough, and I have enough. I am perfect in my imperfections. And just let your beautiful heart space expand with divine light as you turn that love you have for others inwards in this very moment. And that felt really beautiful. So letting me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel about the fact that you are stripping away archetypal energies and creating your own. You're here because you want to connect with your inner goddess. This is the first task. And this was channeled through from spirit and from the goddesses who want you to own in on your own inner goddess. Okay, it starts with you. Okay, ladies, let me know. Yes, Australia is well. Thank you very much. Can you share to Lisa? Could Lisa not hop on? My cats love it when I go live, don't you, Fuppy? He's my favourite. I know you shouldn't have favourites, but we have a connection. So, Jasper, Alabama. I love that. My son's name's Jasper. Oh, Alabama. That's so cool. So let me just check the comments. Do you have any questions about that task? Are you scared, or are you excited, or are you just a bit like nonchalant, like, oh, I can't be bothered? Well, you don't have to be bothered. That's fine. But the reason why I've created a prize giveaway is to help shift you into doing the tasks. Okay, and the prize giveaway has not been channeled through yet. I'm excited to know what it is, but I know it's going to be juicy. So that might come to me tonight or tomorrow. It feels I should be able to announce that tomorrow with day 2. Okay, can you share to Lisa, Sarah? Says Sharon. Can I share to Lisa? Interesting. I will contact Lisa and find out what happened for her. Sorry, Lisa. That's weird. It's live streaming into the Facebook group on my phone. Okay, any questions while I'm here? Stanthorpe, Queensland. Awesome. No questions? By going through them all again, I can see growth in other goddesses. By going through them all again, I can see growth in other goddesses. Yes, Lisa, amazing. And that is so cool. That archetypal activity was more to get you guys thinking, oh, I resonate with that goddess. Maybe I can, own my inner goddess. And that is why at the end I said to you, now strip that and create your own, because you are unique. Okay, there is no one like you. Donna Marie, you're so beautiful. Okay, ladies, sorry about the sun coming in. That's weird. I don't know if you guys can see that stripe coming down. Weird. Okay, so any questions? Lisa, I'm so glad that you've seen growth, but I'm inviting you now to create your own goddess archetype and share it with the group, all of you ladies, to be in the draw for whatever the juicy prize is going to be. Will probably come to me tonight, which will be awesome. Okay, that's a beautiful rainbow. I know, hey, I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from, but it's beautiful. It's like divine light streaming in. Gorgeous. All right, beautiful ones, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to see you all at the same time tomorrow for day 2, okay? So have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'm looking forward to you sharing your own goddess archetype. I'll pop that task in the group when I hop off. Sending you all so many blessings from my heart to yours. Love you all. Bye.